Love among the Haystacks by D. X. Lawrence, Oxford Bookworm Press. Love among the Stars. When the grass is tall and sweet and full of summer sunshine, it is time to put it down and make hay. Hay that will the sun with all through the cold, hungry of winter months. But the work must be done quickly to keep the new hay safe from wind and rain. Every farmer knows. Humphrey and Maurice know this too. They are farmers' sons and work hard building the haystack. But what do these young men about? What they work all summer sun? They think about the girl, a Sherman girl cat house, a girl in a yellow dress, a girl with bright face, a funny, quick way of they can see her now, up the hill, the garden house next to the high field. Maurice has kissed her, but Geoffrey has not, and Geoffrey burns with hate for his brother. He finds words difficult. No woman will ever love him, he thinks, because he cannot find the words to win her love. But love does not always have words, and who knows what day or night will bring. Paula is not the only young woman to visit the high field that day. Chapter 1. Two brothers. The two large fields lay on a hillside that looked south. Most of the hay was already good, and in the bright sunlight the fields were now golden green. Across the hill, halfway up, was the hay patch, and they were building the taxus about this hay. It was a tall haystack, a great antique thing standing high above the earth, but the hay itself was light and silvery in color and like a soft cloth. Not far away was another finished haystack. The empty wagon was going downhill, and in the far corner of the bottom hill, where the hay was still uncombed, the full wagon was just beginning its slow zoom up the hill to the haystack. The haymaker worked on cutting the tall hay while the wagon was still. The two brothers on top of the ice were having a moment of break, wanted the full wagon to arrive. They stood up to their knees of hay, while above them the golden sun burned down, and all around them was the cold, sweet smell of silver. The only two things in the world were and sun. Mary's young brother was a good-looking young man of 21. He was strong, full of life, a quick, bright, and ready mind. You thought, he said, brother, you were very clever last night, didn't you? He pushed his fork into the hay and stared at his brother with a smile on his face. No, no, I didn't, replied Geoffrey. He turned away, frowning. He was a tall, heavy young man, a year older than Maurice. He was full of strong feelings, but they burned silently inside him. He could never find words to say. He could never look anybody. He always thought the world was looking at him and laughed. Oh, you did? I know you did. Maurice laughed. It was your turn to sleep in the high field last night, but you went and hid yourself, so I had to go in your place. I didn't hide myself, said Geoffrey, really. Father sent me to get some wood. Oh, yes, yes, laughed Maurice. But you don't know, do you? You don't know what happened last night up here. high field? He laughed again and threw his safe sound on his back, put his arms across his face, and lay there, smiling and remained the night before. Geoffrey leaned on his fork and stared out over the field. Far away was the city of town, and between the country lay the burning sun with here and there the smoke from a factory going up into the sky. Geoffrey looked down again into the high field, and the wagon slowly climbing the hill to the high side. Hurry up, he thought. Hurry up. You didn't think, didn't you? Said Maurice. You didn't think that she would be here with me, didn't you? Geoffrey started at him, full of hate. Suddenly, he wanted to put his full down hard on his smiling, good-looking face below. Can you see me, Sherman? Asked Maurice. Do you know how to kiss a Sherman girl? Do you know how soft neck is? He laughed excitedly, remember every moment of the night before. Geoffrey burned with hate. He wanted to walk away, but he couldn't. The haystack high above the fire was a prison holding him and his brother together. Both brothers were shy of women. Neither of them had a girlfriend. Neither of them knew what to say to a woman or how to win her love. And now Maurice was first in the game, and the other brother did not like it. The Sherman girl was a cotton from the house beside the dog fire. Geoffrey was working what day the fire where a baby pushed through the hole in the edge from the garden of the house. Seconds later, the Sherman girl came to the edge too, looking for the baby. Geoffrey held her, got the little boy, and then they stood talking for a while. Geoffrey liked her bright and her funny quick way of talking. But now is my wrist she likes better, not me, he thought. She sits with him in the high bed by my line, and he kissed her. Unhappily, he looked up the hill to the house beside the top farm. From the top of the high stack, he could see right into the garden, and there, suddenly, he saw the girl in a yellow dress. He held up his arm and waved to her. She waved back, lazily. Geoffrey could see that she was not interested in him and was waiting for Maurice. Then Maurice stood up and saw the girl himself. He laughed and waved both arms on her. What's going on? Called a voice from below. The full wagon was now standing at the foot of the high stack. Maurice's face turned deep red. Nothing, he called. There was a sound of laughing below, and soon a big red-faced man climbing to the top of the height in the wagon. He turned, started up the high sticks, and saw the yellow dress girl. Oh, it's a girl, is it? He laughed. He was the father of Geoffrey and Maurice. Yes, I thought it was a girl. They began working again, throwing the hay from the wagon up to the top of the high stack. There, the brothers had to place the hay carefully, building the stacks with four strong wells which would not fall over. It was hard work. The father drew up great forkfuls of hay. Geoffrey then passed it among to Maurice, who built up the high stacks wall. But Geoffrey was full of anger feelings. Usually he threw the way into places where Maurice wanted it. Now he threw it into the middle of the stack, and Maurice had to work twice as hard carrying it out to the walls. Once a great forkful of hay Geoffrey hit Maurice on the back. Be careful, cried Maurice angrily. And what are you throwing it in the middle, you stupid man? I threw it where I like, answered Geoffrey. They were on, both brother sank now, they all hotter and tired, and still the cake came up from the wagon below. There, that's the end, the father called at last from the wagon. Geoffrey threw the last four bolts into the middle of the sack, then took still watching my wrist. This side wall isn't very strong, came the father's voice from below. You must build it up more. No, it's fine, said my wrist closely. Geoffrey moved across the side wall and pushed his ball down to the gate. He pushed harder, and the top of the haystack began to move just a little. What are you doing, you fool? Cried my wrist. Don't you call me a fool, said Geoffrey, and he pushed again on his fork. My wrist jumping across to him and pulling him away from the wall. It was not easy to stand in the soft bed of hay, and Geoffrey fell over. Maurice called down to father below. This call is fine. It's not going to fall down. All right, came the father's voice. We'll be off now to bring the next wave after. Geoffrey got to his feet. Don't call me a fool again. Do you hear? He said heavily. Now until next time, said his brother. Maurice went on working, walking round the stack and building up the walls. Geoffrey stood still, hand on his fork, looking out over the fields. He did not move even when Maurice needed to get past him. Move, will you? Said Maurice. There was no rep. Maurice put out his arm and tried to push his brother out of the way. Where are you pushing? Said Geoffrey angrily. You, replaced Maurice. And at once the two brothers began to fight. Each pushed against the other as hard as he could, but Geoffrey was the heavier of the two men, and slowly he began to win. Maurice had moved back, but his feet caught in the hay, and he fell over his side of the sack, as they went down to the ground. 2. The Sherman Gun. Geoffrey's face went white. He heard the fall. He stood still listening. He could hear no sound from below. He could hear no sound at all anywhere. Then he was filled with sudden tears. Father, he shouted at his great stable. Father, father! The cry ran across the field. Men came running out of pail, and a great cry down across the upper front. Geoffrey heard her strange, shrill voice. As she cried out, "You dead?" On the top of the staff, Geoffrey did not move to speak. He was too afraid to go down, too afraid even to hide in the cave. He listened to the voice below. First to arrive was his older brother, Henry. Then came his father and Bill, one of the farm workers. What's the matter? What's happened? Oh no! That was his father's voice. They were all silent for a few seconds. Then came Henry's voice. He's not dead. Look, he's opening his eyes. Sophie heard, but he was not pleased. All of him wanted Maurice to be dead. If Maurice is not dead, and only her, what will he say about me? He thought. And what will mother say? I can never look anybody in the face again. He felt lonely and afraid. Down below on the ground, the German girl was crying and laughing at the same time. No, he's not dead. No, not dead, not. He can't speak. He needs some water, said he. Yes, somebody must run and get some, said the father. Bill, you go. The vicar's house is near. Bill ran out to the vicar house beside the tall fire, where the Sherman government's worker. Sam came back, followed by the vicar. Maurice drank a little water and began to make noises, trying to speak. What happened to him? Asked the vicar. Everybody spoke at once. but the German girl's voice was the loudest. It was the other brother, she cried. He knocked him over. I saw him. I was watching. I don't think so, said the father to the girl. Then got down next to Maurice, who was still making little noises. What does his score about? Eh? He asked worried. Wait a bit, said Henry. Wait until he can speak. Has he broken anything? Asked the beggar. He was lucky, said the farm worker Bill. Lucky to fall on a bit of hay and not our ground. Maurice could speak a little now, and the father asked him, what were you doing, Wood? Were you playing around with Geoffrey? Yes. And where is he? On top of the stack, Geoffrey stood like a stone. I had a look on the stack, said he. Geoffrey did not want his big brother to get up on the stack, so he climbed down and at the bottom of the ladder stood like a criminal, looking at the ground. What were you doing? Asked Henry's cold voice. I don't know, nothing, Geoffrey said. But I saw him, cried the governess. She was sitting on the ground, holding Maurice in her arms. He knocked him over the side. Poof, like that. Henry looked from one brother to the other. No, girl, whispered Maurice, smiling up at her. He wasn't charming. Just fell over the side. Oh, cried the girl, not understanding. You just made a mistake, said the father. That's all. Oh no, she cried. I saw him. Her name was Valen Chabot, and her family came from Poland. She was 20 years old, quick and light as a wild cat, with a strange wild way of laugh. She had bright blue eyes and short golden hair. Everybody could see that the vicar hated her. Maurie's face was still white, but he lay smiling happily in the girl's arms. She smiled down at him with quick, bright smile. Her English was not very good, but there are stronger things than words. You say what you like, she laughed. About your brother, about anything. Perhaps you need to go back to the children now, the vicar said to her from I will go soon, the girl said. She smiled at him again. You want to sit up now? She asked softly. I'm not in a hurry, Maury said, smiling happy. She's leaving us soon, the vicar whispered to his father. My wife really doesn't like her. Why is she like a widow thing? She won't do what we tell her. Maurice decided to get up and the girl helped him with her strong arm. You are well, she cried happily. Yes, I am all right, he said. The fall knocked the breath out of me. That's all. After a moment, he walked a few steps. See, father? He laughed. I'm fine now. Fine, fine, the girl said, her eyes shining. Maurice laughed and touched her face gently. Don't worry, she's going at the end of 3 weeks, the vicar says quietly in the father's. Chapter 3 The Tramp and the Woman. We are not going to finish that last bit of hay today, Henry says crossly. The father looked worried about Maurice. Are you sure you are all right? He asked. Yes, I'm all right. I've told you. Then sit down and rest for a bit. I'm a wild. You can get the dinner out of us. The men went back to work and the governess ran back to the Victor house, to her job with the children. Maurice sat down under a tree. I'll marry her, he thought. Yes, I will. I've got £50 and mother will help me. For a long time he sat there, thinking about married life. Then he got up and went to get dinner from the big wagon by the boat. The two fields belonged to the Wicked family. but they were 4 miles from the home farm. So the father had to bring dinner and tea to the fields every day, and the workers ate there. Cutting the hay usually took about 2 weeks, and somebody had to sleep in the field at night to watch the tools. Either Maurice or Geoffrey usually did this. Mr. Woodkill always sent a good dinner, and today was no different. There were 2 big meat bits, cold potatoes, bread, and a big piece of cheese. Maurice put the food out into the shade of a big tree. Everybody sat down in a circle and ate their meal. It was good to be out of the burning sun, under the shade of the tree. The men ate and drank silently, the father reading a newspaper, the others eating busily. Then, "She's here again," said Bill. Everybody looked up. Paula was coming across the field, carrying a plate. "She's bringing something for you, Maurice," said Henry, laughing at him. Maurice was hauled away through a great place of meat pie and some cold potatoes. The father laughed too. "Put that away, Maurice. She wants you to eat what she brought for you." "Give it here," said Bill. "I'll eat it for you." Then Paula arrived. "I bring him some chicken." Him. And she gave Maurice a bright smile. Maurice's face turned deep red, and everybody laughed aloud. The father felt sorry for his shy son. "Come and sit here by me," said Paula. "Thank you," said Paula happily. She sat down next to the father and smiled at him. "My name," she said, "is Paula Shablonowski." "Paula what?" said the father. The other man laughed. "Paula, strange kind of name. My son's name is Maurice." "I know," she said the name soothingly, and Maurice's face turned an even deep red. "Tell me about yourself," the father said to the girl. "I came from Hanover in Germany," she said. "My father is a shopkeeper, and I ran away from home because I didn't like him. I went to Paris, and I worked in a girls' school there." "Did you like it?" "Oh no, it was so boring, nothing to do." "And do you like life in England?" said the father. "And oh no, the Victor and his wife, no. And what will you do?" the father asked. "I will go to London, or to Paris, or get married." She laughed into the father's face. The father laughed too. "Get married, eh? Who to? I don't know. I am going away." "Do you think you like making butter and cheese?" "Oh yes," she smiled. Her quickly bright smile and her age shone. "I think she like anything different from her life now," said Henry. He heard a noise and looked around. "Hello, who's this?" he said. A tramp was crossing the field towards them. He was small, thin, and dirty, with mean little eyes. "Have you got a bit of work for me?" he called out. "A bit of work," said the father. "Can't you see that we nearly finished this field?" "And you don't know anything about haymaking?" said Henry coldly. "I am a hard worker," said the tramp, his small eyes looking from father to son and back again. "Well, it would not work for you," said the father, "but we can have a bit of something to eat if you like." "Yes, I will," said the man. They gave him the last piece of meat pie. He ate it quickly, hungrily. "That was good," he said. He did not go away, so they gave him a piece of bread and cheese. Then he asked for a drink of water. He sat down to drink it, but the other men did not talk to him. They did not like him and had nothing to say to him. While he sat there, a young woman came into the field and walked down beside the edge. She was small and finely made. Her clothes were neat and tidy, and her hair was pulled back under a sailor hat. She had a pretty face, but it was a hard, cold look in her eyes. "Have you got some work?" she asked her man. "No, they haven't got any work for me," They just gave me a drink of water. He was a mean, hateful little man. And do I have to wait for you in the road all day? You don't have to if you don't want to. You can go on, but if you wait a bit, perhaps you get something. The woman looked for the first time at the men, staring at them and smiling. Have you had your dinner? Asked the father. He's had a lot to eat. You can have some if you want it. What have you had? He asked the man angrily. A great piece of meat pie and a great piece of bread and cheese, said Geoffrey. The young woman looked at Geoffrey and he at her. There was a kind of understanding between them. Both of them felt alone in the world. Geoffrey smiled a little, but she was too angry to smile. There is some cold potatoes, Maurice said to the woman. You can have some of them. She frowned and did not answer. Again she looked at Geoffrey, and again there was a silent understanding between them. Then she turned and walked away. We must get back to work, said Henry. He stood up and stared coldly at the tram. Time to go. The tram stood up too. Aren't you going to give me something for her? She'd have nothing to eat that day. They gave him some bread and cheese. He pushed it into his pocket and walked away. Chapter 4. A Night in the High Field. Geoffrey worked hard all afternoon, cutting the hide, while Maurice worked on the wagon. The brothers did not speak, but the feeling between them was warm and friendly. Geoffrey understood that their little fight would stay a secret. Maurice would not tell. The sun got hotter and hotter. There was not a breath of wind, and everybody began to feel tired. There is another day's work here, said the father at tea time, while they sat under the tree. Somebody will have to stay the night here then, said Geoffrey. I'll do it. No, I'll do it, said Maurice. You did it last night, said the father. You must get some rest tonight. No, I am staying, said Maurice. He wants to meet his girl again, explained Henry. The father thought about this. I don't know, but in the end, Maurice stayed. At 8 o'clock, after some time, the men got in their bicycles, and the father got the wagon with it, and everybody left. Slowly, the evening skies turned dark. The young men stood alone in the field, listening to the sounds of the night. It was still hot, and from the edge came the rich, sweet smell of wheat flowers. Then the moon came out, catching the flowers in its light, and they shone like white, ghostly faces against the dark of the earth. Higher on the field, the farm's horses, free from the night, were moving around the field. Maurice had an hour to wait before Paul came, and he decided to take a bath in the little rivulet at the bottom of the field. He washed himself in the cold water, and it felt good on his warm body. Above him, the tall trees by the river whispered in a little wind. How beautiful the night is, he thought, laughing. He took a handful of white flowers from the edge and threw them over himself. At 9 o'clock, he was waiting under the tree by the haystack. He felt both excited and afraid. She was late, and a quarter past 9 she came, moving across the field as light as quick as a bird. And oh, the little bird could not fall asleep tonight, she cried. I sat in that barrel for an hour. She looked up at the sky and took a deep breath. And the night smelled so good, she smiled. She was full of life, quick and strong at the same time. I want, she could not find the English. I would like to room, now.
Maurice laughed. "Let's run then," he said, and in a second she was gone. Maurice ran after her, but he could not catch her easily. At last he got her by the arm, and they stood together laughing. "I can run faster," she cried happily. "Yes?" "No," he replied, with his deep little laugh. "No, you can't." They walked on across the field, and then suddenly saw the three farm's horses in front of them. "We'll ride the horse," she said. "Now?" said Maurice. "In the dark?" "Yes, yes," she cried. "In the dark." Maurice got to one of the horses, put the girl on the horse's back, then climbed in front of her. She put her arms around his waist. The horse walked uphill, and at the top they stopped and looked around. Clouds were moving across the sky, hiding the moon on the strand. The night lay across the field and hills like a great dark carpet, with here and there the little lights of the house or of the farm. Maurice could feel the girl's warm arms around his waist. "Do you want to go back now?" he asked. "I stayed with you," she answered softly. Maurice gave a little laugh. He wanted to kiss her, but he was afraid to. The horse moved under them. "Let the horse go fast," said Paul. "Fast." "All right then," said Maurice. He hit the horse's neck. "Come on, boy, let's go," he cried. And away they went down the hill, faster and faster. It was a wild, dangerous, exciting ride. Maurice held onto the horse with hands and knees. Paula held onto Maurice, her arms around his waist and her face against his strong, warm back. At last the horse came to a stop. Paula half fell off his back. Maurice quickly jumped down beside her. They were both laughing and excited by the wild ride, and suddenly he had her in his arms and was kissing her. They did not move for some time. Then, silently, arm in arm, they walked to the haystack. The sky was now dark and heavy cloud. Maurice looked up and felt a drop of rain on his face. "It's going to rain," he says. "I have to put the cover on the new stuff." He left Paula and went to the shed in the corner of the field. He pulled out the big, heavy cover and pulled it across the ground on the sack. "What are you going to do?" asked Paula. "Put it over the top of the sack to keep the rain out." She cried. "Up there?" Rain began to fall. It was very dark between the two great buildings of height. Maurice put the long ladder up the side of the sides, and Paula started up of the blank walls of cave above her. "You carry the cover up there?" she asked. "Yes," said Maurice. "I must help you," she said. And she did. Maurice went first up the ladder, carried the end of the cover, and Paula climbed out behind him, carrying the other end. While they were climbing up the ladder, a light stopped on the road top file. It was Geoffrey on his bicycle, coming to help his brother to the cover for the haystack. Silently, he pushed his bicycle across the field that to the shed. He was afraid to call out. If his brother was with the German girl, he did not want to surprise them together in the dark. There was no water in the shed. He walked across to the stack and was nearly there when he heard a noise. The ladder was slowly falling down the sides of the sack. It hit the ground with a bang. "What was that?" he heard Maurice's voice from the top of the sack. "Something fell," came the voice of the German girl. Maurice lay down and looked up at the sides of the sack. "It was a ladder," he said. We knocked it down when we were pulling out the cover up. We are in prison up here? The girl said excited. Yes, but if I should, they'll hear it at the vicar's house. Oh no, she said quickly. I don't want to, he replied, with a short laugh. He began to pull the cover across the top of the sack. Down below, Geoffrey moved quickly around the corner of the second haystack. He did not want them to see him. He heard Maurice's voice again. One would think we won't get Kate. We can sit under the cover. Maurice, said the girl. She sounded worried. What is this? He said suddenly. We are right. Look, the cover's on now. We can sit under this cover. Will we arrive, Maurice? Of course you will. But you don't want to go back to the vicar's house. Shall I shoot for somebody? No, no, I don't want to go back. Are you sure? He asked. Yes, yes, I am sure, she laughed. Sophie turned away at the last words and walked back to the ship. The rain was not falling heavily. He felt miserable and lonely. In the shell, he took the lamp of his bicycle and shone it around the walls. All the tools lay on the corner, and there was a big wooden box and a deep bed pipe. He put the lamp out and threw himself down on the hay. I'll pull the leather up for them later, he thought. He lay there, thinking about his brother's life, and the Sherman girl, with her strange ways and her quick, bright laugh. What does she like, Maurice? Why doesn't she like me? No woman will ever love me, he thought miserably. I'm too slow. I don't have the words. Chapter 5. A Meeting in the Dark. While Geoffrey lay there thinking about his life, he suddenly heard a sound that was not the rain. Something was in the shed, moving towards him. For a second, terror filled him. Then he saw bumped and caught the thing with his great hands. It did not bite. She gave a small, happy cry. Let me go, said a woman's voice. What do you want? He asked angrily. I thought he was here. She began to weep quietly. Who? Who did you think was here? He said. My husband. He was here at dinner time. You saw him? She tried to pull away from his hands. Let me go. It's you, said Geoffrey in surprise. Are you looking for that dirty little tramp that was here at dinner? He still held her with both hands, but more gently now. Where did he leave you? I left him here, she said. I've seen nothing of him since. Geoffrey gave a short laugh. That's a good thing, isn't it? Why would you want to see him again? He's my husband, and he's not going to run away if I can stop him. Geoffrey was silent, not knowing what to say. Your clothes are wet, he said at last. That's not surprising, is it? In this rain? But he is not here, so I go. You're cold, aren't you? Said Geoffrey. I can feel it. You are shaking with cold. She did not answer. He did not know what to say. Wait a minute. He found his bicycle lamp, lit it, and shone the light on her. He saw a white tie first. He held her old sailor hat and her brown coat were black with rain. Drops of water fell from her white skirt on her shoes. He looked worried. You're wet right through, he says. Why don't you stay here until the rain stops? No answer. You can take your wet things off and put a blanket around you. There is a horse blanket in the box here. He waited, but there was still no answer. He put the lamp down, opened the wooden box, and took out the big white blanket. Come on, he said kindly. Take your hat and coat off and put this around you. Slowly she took off her hat and coat and put the blanket around her. She was shaking all over with cold. Is something the matter with you? He said, worried. I walked to Bulwell and back, she said dryly, looking for him. I've eaten nothing since this morning. She did not weep. She was too tired, too miserable. You have nothing to eat, he said. He went back to the box. There was food in there, bread and cheese. He cut some bread and put a big piece of cheese on it. She sat down on the end of the bed of hay and slowly began to eat. Then he gave her a drink of water and saw that she was still shaking. Can you get warm? He asked. I'll in a minute. Don't you worry. I'll go soon. I'm taking your seat. Are you staying here at night? Yes, but you must stay and get warm. I got to go out and see that the Haystacks are all right. Take your white things. Take your white things off and get warm with blanket around you. I'll go in 10 minutes. This is your place and I'm not going to push you out. It's not right. You're not pushing me out, he said. I'll come back when I've looked at the stacks. He went. A minute later, she put the lamp out. He stood between the stacks, listening. There was only a soft rain and the dark night all around him. Everything was still, silent, black, like death, he thought. He found his way back to the shed and went in. Are you all right? He said. He lit the lamp again. Her small face looked up at him out of the great blanket. You don't need a lamp, she said. Lie down and get your night rest. I can sit at this end out of your weight. He put the lamp out and sat down on the high at the other end. Then he asked, Is he really your husband? Yes, she answered, in a hard little voice. Do you follow him because you like him? He was afraid to ask, but he wanted to know. I don't. I wish he was dead. Her voice was coldly angry then. But he's my husband. He gave a short laugh. Not much of one, he said. Have you been married long? 4 years, since I was 18. And do you just move about all the time? He asked. He says he's looking for a job, but he doesn't like work. He was a web driver when I married him. He left a job when the baby was only 2 months old, and I've not had a kind word or a day's rest since then. Where's the baby? He died when I was 10 months old. After that they were silent. At least Geoffrey said slowly. You've had a hard life. He looked at her, but saw nothing in the dark. What will you do now? I'll find him. He's not going to get away. Why don't you let him? Because he's not going to win. He listened to her hard voice and felt miserable for her. He could not see her. They were just two voices in the black night. Are you warm now? He asked, half afraid. A bit warmer, but my feet are still terribly cold. I can warm them with my hands. Shall I? No, thank you, she said coldly. Then she felt sorry. He was kind. He was trying to felt, but they too hurt. Put them in my hands then. His large, strong hands closed round her icy bed and held them. She felt his warm breath on her thoughts. "Do they feel any better yet?" he asked after a while. She did not answer. She put out her hand and touched his hair. His hand came out to find hers, but found her face, which was wet with tears. Gently, his fingers followed the tears down her cheeks. "What's the matter?" he said in his slow, deep voice. She put out both her arms and pulled his head to her. 4 lonely, miserable years were suddenly behind her. She was no longer old before her time. Suddenly, it was possible to hope again, to be young, to be happy. She wept long and silently, holding Geoffrey's head close to her, with her wild tears falling on his hair. Geoffrey sat still, full of water, of wonder, full of love. When at last she stopped weeping, he put his arm around her gently, and in a while they kissed, his fierce love kiss. Chapter 6. Breakfast in the high five. When Geoffrey woke and cold morning light was coming into the shed, outside a heavy mist lay across the field, hiding the trees and the edge. The woman was sleeping in his arms, and he held her gently, staring out in the mist, still full of wonder and love. He would never be afraid of that again with her beside him. Then he looked down at her and saw that she was openly watching him. She had golden brown eyes that immediately smiled into his. He also smiled and softly kissed her. After a time, he asked softly, "What's your name?" "Lydia," she said. "Lydia," he said closely, licking the sound of it. "My name is Geoffrey." She smiled at him. For a while they were silent. "We couldn't get married, could we?" he asked. "No." He thought deeply about this for some time. "Could you go to Canada with me?" "Perhaps you'll think differently in 2 months' time," she replied quietly. "I'll think the same. I won't change," he said. Hurt. She watched him. She would not push him, could not hurry him. She would stay with him, but he must decide. He must do what he wanted. "Haven't you got any family?" he asked. "A married sister at Greek. I can go there. If you want me to, I'll get a job on the farm, perhaps. And then, in the spring, we go to Ghana. You will come with me, won't you?" he said hopefully. When the time came, she did not choose him yet, and he understood why. "I'll give you some money before you go to Greek," he said. "You go past our farm on your way." "I don't need it. I got some money," he answered worriedly. Perhaps she didn't need him or himself. He began to feel afraid. "Can I write to you?" "What name shall I use?" "Mr. Breton." "Your married name?" he said with a short, hard laugh. "I'll never see you again, will I?" She put her arms around him and held him. There were tears in her eyes, but he was still worried and sore. Beside the mist was getting thinner. He remembered Maurice's tent and told her about him. "Oh," he said, "you must go and put the letter up for them. You must. All right. But why here?" "And see Maurice, then I can tell him about us." She agreed right away, and he went out to the Haystacks. There was no sound from above, and he could see nothing. He put the letter back up in the same place, and then went along the edge looking for firewood. Then he heard Maurice go, "Well, look at that." "Look at what?" "That was there, the letter." "Oh, you said it fell down." "It did," said Maurice. "Well, I heard a bang, and I couldn't see the letter, or fell it. You said it fell down, and it wasn't true." "Was true," he began. "No true, no true," she cried. "You're a bad and mean person, mean, mean." She was wickedly angry. "All right then," Maurice was saying, "are you coming down?" "No, I will not come with you. You are mean. You tell me untrue things." "I don't want you." Geoffrey, looking through the edge, saw Maurice on the ladder. He climbed down, then stood at the bottom. "Come on, I hold the letter for you," he called. "No," she cried, like a wild cat. He waited for a while, but she did not come. "Then stay there till you're ready," he said quietly, and walked away. On the other side of the cell, he met Geoffrey. "What are you doing here?" he said. "I've been here all night," Geoffrey replied. "I came to help you with the cover, but the cover was on. The ladder was sand, and I couldn't find you." "Did you put the ladder up?" "Yes, I did it last night." Maurice stood still, thinking. Geoffrey tried to find the words to tell him about it. He began, stopped it, began again, and at least told the story of his life. "Oh," said Maurice, "give up. The man is nothing, just a charm, but she's different," said Geoffrey. He wanted Maurice to understand. "You please yourself." "What did you do?" said Maurice. He was tired, worried, not like himself. "What's the matter?" asked the older brother. It was strange to see Maurice like this, and for once Maurice was not laughing. "Nothing," said Maurice. They went together to the shed. The woman had put the blanket away in the box. She was washed and tidy, and looked very neat and pretty. "Hello," said Maurice. He smiled shyly. "It was good you found somewhere to get out of the rain outside." "Yes," she replied. "Can you get more firewood?" Geoffrey asked him. It was a new thing for Geoffrey to ask Maurice to do something. Maurice agreed and went out into the field. He did not go near the side, afraid of meeting Paul. At the shed, Geoffrey was making a fire, while Lydia got up coffee and bread from the box. Breakfast was nearly ready when Paula arrived. She had not had on. There were pieces of hay in her hair, and she was white-faced. She did not look her best. "Are you?" she cried, saying Geoffrey. "Hello," he answered. "You're out lately. Where is Maurice?" "I don't know. He'll be back soon." Paula was silent. "When did you come?" he asked. "Last night. But I didn't tell anybody. I got up last night and put the letter up, ready to take the cover off." Paula understood and was silent. When Maurice returned with some wood, she was warming her hands at the fire. She looked at him, but he would not look at her. Geoffrey made Lydia's eyes and smiled. Maurice held his hands to the fire. "You're cold," Paula softly. "A bit," he answered, friendly but not too friendly. The four of them sat around the fire, drinking their smoky coffee, eating their bread and cheese. All the time, Paula watched Maurice's face hopeful, and he watched the fire. He was gently, but he could not look at her, and Geoffrey smiled and smiled at Lydia, who watched him with her golden brown face and did not look away. The Sharman girl got back into the vicar's house that morning, and her night out of the Hatfield stayed a secret. A week later, she was eager to Maurice, and when the last 3 weeks with the Vickers family were finished, she came to live at the Wilkie Farms. Geoffrey and Lydia stayed true one to the other.